In 3, 2, 1. Hey folks, it's time for the Star City Mutants and Masterminds campaign. We're back again, starting a little bit late today, but other than that, I think things are going according to plan. So, we're joined this. We have a full crew this week, I believe. Am I correct?
Oh my
I'm not.
god!
I'm not here.
Oh, sorry, John C. Riley isn't here.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
John C. Riley
Oh, we
left.
can't do it without Wreck-It Ralph.
I need
Sorry, guy, game's over.
Ugh. God damn it.
We'll try and survive without him, but
Okay, well, we'll see if we can move on with that without John. At any rate, when last we left off, you guys had been continuing your investigations into the bank robberies, had found out about the middleman mastermind, the Phantom, and had deduced that they had picked up or not deduced really, had found out that they had bought the black rose they sent you from a particular florist shop, and you found out information on the various people who had bought them. And you narrowed the list down a bit. You were planning on looking into primarily, there are two possible people who's with the name of R. Medvedev in the phone book, 2 M. Andreev, and the one person I. Eris. Were the three names you're planning on looking into, if I remember.
yes.
Alrighty then. If memory serves me correctly, one of the Medvedevs lives in the Shadow Hill area. One of the others, and Mr. Andreev, or Mrs. Andreev, it's hard to tell from the phone book, live in the one of the more affluent neighborhoods of the town. And Miss Iris, or Mr. Iris, it's again hard to tell from the phone book, lives just outside of Shadow Hill. And that is where we are.
Bum bum bum.
Okay then.
So what is your plan? Oh, also Sir Bergerac has been around.
Yes.
The Green Knight.
We showed
He's
him
busy.
Disney
Busy.
films. Yeah, you missed that part, Gav.
No, I didn't.
Gab was listening, I believe.
I was still listening.
Brian Blessed! Ah!
But yeah, I recall at the end of the last session, I like formulated a map so we could just go it in the most quickest fashion, like the shortest route between each.
That would
Suspect.
okay. The shortest route I will tell you this, would be one of two different. You could approach it one of two different ways. You could either visit one of the two Medvedevs and Mr. Andreev first, then visit the other Medvedev in Shadow Hill, and then hit Eris last, or you could reverse that. So you could either go Iris, Medvedev, Andreev, Medvedev, or Medvedev, Andreev, Medvedev, Iris. Your choice. It's about equally distant. They're about equidistant either way.
Hmm.
The specific order doesn't particularly matter to me.
Yeah. I don't mind too much as long as we get to the places and the person who's last isn't gonna go, oh no, they're trying to look for me.
Let's go to Medvedev first.
All right, so we're going to visit Mr. Medvedev out in...
The not Shadow Hill Medvedev.
the notch. Yes, I know. I just got to figure out the name of the area he's in.
Green Hill Zone.
Yeah, not Shadowy Hill.
Not Shadow Hill, yes. No, this is actually the more expensive part of town, which I got to look up the name for. Hang on.
The Redmond Barons, with all kinds of cyber gangs. No, wait, wrong game.
Wrong game, Eric. We're not playing Cyberpunk, Eric.
I was actually thinking Shadowrun, but yeah.
Oh, fair enough. You're right. That is Shadowrun. All right. So you'll miss Mr. It is in fact a Mr. Medvedev. You guys, I assume all of you guys are going.
Sure.
Okay. So 4 superheroes arrive.
I'm not
at,
sure about this.
Subtlety, thy name is... We don't have a name yet.
Are you bringing the Green Knight?
Oh God!
Open up, miscreant! Face your crimes! Hello? It's a little like...
I'm 73. Leave me alone.
Oh God! I'm really not sure how we should go about this.
I think the
Yeah. So what is your actual plan? Your actual approach to this is the real question.
I'm almost thinking we should plainclothes this.
I am in my plain clothes.
I was just thinking about that.
Androbot's an android. He couldn't possibly take. He can't get any more.
Yeah,
plainclothes than
I
he
can't
is.
take off my metal skin. But yeah, I think if it's good for like John Doe to do questionings because like he can appear as anyone.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. Doing the John Doe while we sitting in at a safe distance, ready to back up if things go poorly. I can also do a flyover for scans for the particular object we're looking for and other magical whatnots.
Okay.
All right.
Because I did build that last session, didn't I? The detect whatchamahoosit thing.
I believe you had, yes.
So those two will be doing that, and then Androbot and Errant will be trailing behind. Yeah.
All right. So
Does this mean we have walkie-talkies?
you can have walkie-talkies. They are you can if you want basic walkie-talkies, you can have them because you can go to like Walmart and buy walkie-talkies. I mean,
I think I'll go.
We're waiting for our real equipment to arrive, so...
I think I'll go through the trouble of supplying us with headsets for this.
fine. If you guys want basic communications gear, I'm not going to stop you. It's stuff that you could buy.
we go into the Toys R Us and get the...
If it's basically stuff you can buy at Radio Shack, I'm not going to charge you guys for it because it's like you can go to Radio Shack and buy this.
We go to Toys R Us and the Green Knight picks up a
Yeah.
figure of himself. So lifelike!
Look, I have 12 action phrases!
And one of
But
the
only
phrases,
4 points of articulation? What is this?
one of the phrases is, "Look, I have 12 action phrases."
Unrealistic kung fu grip.
But I don't know Kung Fu!
I don't know why I know Kung Fu, but...
Keanu Reeves taught me in minutes.
Whoa.
Whoa!
He did it a little bit more subdued than me, but
Whoa, I know Kung Fu! I didn't get the part, by the way, didn't get the part.
Oh dear, that would be a very different character played by Blind Blessed. Blind Blessed.
But yes, we've picked up some sort of communication thing
That's
between us,
fine.
and we're hiding at a safe distance to where it doesn't look like we're 3 dudes hanging around in a bush like 2 feet away. Like, have you found anything out?
Ask him if he's evil. Ask him if he's evil.
All right, so Gav, you're going to go in and talk to people at the place itself with the rest of the group hanging back. Well, with Errant and Androbot hanging back, and Dr. Arcane flying overhead, scanning for the cube that he's looking for. Got it. Okay.
right.
So,
Is it a cosmic cube? Will it grant his wishes?
No.
Is Modoc looking for it?
No.
I'm suddenly disappointed.
Does Loki want it?
No.
Okay.
Not at the moment, at least. So, Gav,
Yeah.
how is John going to approach this?
I don't know because there's been so much bullshittery going on. I completely lost the plot. All I know is I'm going to question someone.
Someone should fill Gav in.
This is regarding the machine, isn't it?
No, this is regarding the threat we received via mail.
All right, yeah.
Black flower.
Oh yes, with the Phantom, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Phantom.
Because we got some information about who purchased the Black Rose, who like the people who went to that store, which is pretty much the only local one that sells Black Roses, and we got the list of the people who bought them, and we like narrowed it down to like we thought these guys had Russian surnames and also one that had a crazy name,
Right.
and we just got to subtly try and find out if they know us and what they want.
We need to find out if they're we need to find out if they're the evil. Oh, what's her name? DC Universe, sort of a coordinator for all the heroes. Oracle, evil Oracle.
Nick Fury with boobs.
Okay.
Amanda Waller.
I don't know how the hell I'm going to start this.
We are looking for Amanda Waller. Holy shit. Except,
Well, non-government.
Mafia instead of shadow government.
You could just knock on the door as like a flower salesman. It's like, do you like black roses? Also, do you hate
if you
superheroes?
look, hang on. Look, because I'm behind. In order to catch up, if you want, somebody who knows what's going on can borrow the character if you want, and I'll just do the roles for deception and shit.
Huh?
Because I've got a feeling I'll fuck this up if I go in.
He's saying that he's not quite up to speed about what's going on in the store, and he wants someone to take the helm of his character for just one moment so he can basically get traction.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Somebody else do the talking. I'll do the rolling. While I catch it. While I get up to
Is
speed.
Gav trying to get out of roleplay again?
Yes. This week I am. Yes. At least for this bit.
Let's see.
I will let you guys decide how you want to handle it. That's fine.
Well, I'm not taking the reins of the character because I've got the subtlety of a bag of hammers. An electrified bag of hammers hurtling towards you, screaming, "I'm a bag of hammers!"
Okay, I was about to say, Eric, that a bag of hammers might be too subtle for you.
A bag of pneumatic drills.
Big fucking bag.
I'm trying to think of how you'd deduce this. Because
Yeah,
what we're trying to go off
You
is,
guys know what's going on, and even you can't figure it out. What the fuck chance have I
You
got?
wanted to play this kind of character,
I
Gav.
know.
I want to play a gumshoe, but I don't want to do any investigating.
It's 'cause actually, I wanted to be a dude that turned into a fucking crocodile.
Yeah.
It's true.
I think it could be. Oh, I don't know.
How would we go about this?
I need to get warmed up before I do anything like that. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Thing is, if I do it, I'm inclined to just walk up and go, "So, are you evil?"
Who do you work for? Where are they? I think one of the biggest thing is to try and discern whether or not their passion for flowers is simply just because they're pretty. Like,
yeah.
like if they've got like floral arrangements around the house or something like that, it probably means that it's like, oh, I like this flower because it's pretty. I like flower arranging.
I thought the
What
biggest
if you
thing
were
to figure out out
what
there
if you
is
were to
the villain
come,
fixer.
what if you were to arrive at the door under the excuse of trying to take some form of a questionnaire?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
regarding
Some sort of
regarding
survey question.
horticulture. Regarding horticulture. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yeah, it does actually.
Should we make a fake form?
Question A: Are you even? I mean, what kind of rose is your favorite?
Well, you
Oh,
do have a...
don't we already know that these guys, you know, they do purchase these roses, they like them.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to know. That's the thing, because it's something confidential. And this is a very high-class store. Like, we could have, like, they could be subscribed to some sort of horticulturally magazine or something like that. But we're not supposed to know that they buy these specific roses and it is them.
Mm. Yeah, but that's, I mean, we do know though, don't we?
Yeah, we know they've purchased the flowers.
Yeah. So what is it we're trying to find out? Because if we already know what,
We're trying to find
We're
out
trying
which
to
of them
find out
sent the
which
threatening
person
nose.
is responsible for sending that rose, because it's either them who is the Phantom or is working for the Phantom. I'm saying the Phantom because I can't pronounce that name.
Prividenye.
The Phantom!
It's fine.
And anyway, it's not even like necessarily we have to actually get the information specifically from their answers to whatever bullshit questions we come up with. Just, meeting the person could help us figure that out.
That's true. I just want to know what your approach is before you guys go there and start making dice rolls.
Well, there's our proposal, and nobody's objected to it yet. So,
We
Is
should
it-
also
just
ask if they
consider
have
which
any
questions
connections to
to
the
ask.
criminal underworld.
please be
Just
quiet.
come right out and say that.
see, that's the thing. I'm still a bit sketchy on how to start the line of questioning, because I mean we know that they buy those flowers.
Hello,
So-
I represent the St. Flora's Floral Academy, and I know that you happen to be a very frequent customer of the flower shop down the lane. And I was wondering, as an up-and-coming floral arranger, what your major desires would be from someone of that position. So I have a few questions if you had some time I would like to ask you.
Okay,
See?
you can go with that.
Like, sound like you are, like, I don't know, someone trying to start up their own business or something like that. Like, not claiming to actually be from the same, I forget the name of the shop that we specifically visited, but someone who happens to, for whatever reason, just kind of know, and like they've asked around who some frequent customers are, and so then they, in order to get the consumer's view, they're going out in order to ask them questions. Someone really enthusiastic about flowers. I don't know.
I'm considering putting on my own flower show.
What petals and stuff.
I'm gonna have
Stems.
14 roses. And that's it.
That's enough?
Just 14.
Why 14? Why 14?
Why 13? I said no to 13, so 14.
I have no idea why the hell we to that point.
Yeah, but it could be someone enthusiastic about starting some sort of magazine or a flower show or even another shop.
What do you think of that, Gav?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You sound so put out by this.
I don't know. I'm just not. Hang on. I don't know. It's like I'm not getting my head around it.
Look, the line of questioning basically is going to revolve around why this person got the black rose that they got, because we know they all got black roses, right?
Mm.
So basically it would be like maybe someone got a rose just because they think that black roses are fascinating if they're rare or something like that.
Yeah.
Or what you can do is try and talk
And if
about
someone
like,
tries and basically if you can bring the topic of conversation to that, even if they try to bluff you, you could figure out if they're lying or not.
and also you could like breach the subject, like oh, I'm considering starting a line of black roses or something like that, and see like their facial
Mhm.
reaction or like how they get to that, like. Because if you just start talking about flowers and they're open, then you breach the subject of like a black rose. They might like, why is this so specific?
See, that's what I was thinking. I don't know why. I actually don't know why I'm not getting this.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
What aren't you getting about it?
I know. Right. I know what we're trying to find out. I know how we're going about it. Or the opening that we've got in there, but I'm kind of thinking, wouldn't it not just be easier to just fucking recon the place stealth-wise first? Because if it is somebody who's in charge of anything, they're not just going to start talking openly about something.
I
Valid
guess you could
option
do
too.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're more comfortable with doing that.
It's probably easier. And then if I get caught, I'll have to bullshit my way through.
Actually, I think it would be kind of funny if we came up with this whole idea for like what you're gonna do, and then you come up with an illegal way of doing it instead.
Well, he goes according to fucking form.
And then we're asking you questions about it afterward, and it's like, so what did you say? Say? Oh yeah, because I interviewed him. Yeah.
I didn't hold a gun to his face.
All right, so Gav, it sounds like you're planning on doing is finding some way to sneak in, either
Well,
by
maybe not in, but at least around first off.
Like surveillance.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, because if anybody is interested in these sort of flowers, then either they'll put it on display somewhere, or they may actually have their own greenhouse.
Okay. So first you're gonna start off.
It is also possible that can save us time, even if you do actually like question people about it,
Mhm.
because narrow down the search even more.
All right, so you're going to start off by surveilling the place. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All right, so Gav, tell me exactly how you. So you arrive at the Medvedev residence in the nicer part of town.
Yep.
This is basically sort of bordering on almost a suburb, basically. It's just outside. It's outside, a bit outside of the main part of town. So he's got a nice big sort of big expensive house. Long driveway, gardens, etc.
Okay. Do we still have the rose that we were sent originally?
Yes.
You should.
Yes, we do.
Right.
We all ate.
I'm going to disguise myself as a delivery man,
As a rose.
as UPS.
So you're
the
disguised-
shape of a delivery man.
All right.
Yes.
Activate your skill. Your power.
I believe it is +8 deception.
UPS like, I've got some flowers for you, and just throw them to the floor.
All right. You have activated the. Your more power, so you are disguised as a delivery man.
Yes,
You
and
tried
I
for
will be
UPS,
holding,
unfortunately you got
be holding
FedEx.
a package with the rose in.
So you basically are making a package with the rose inside the package.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
And that's going to be tucked in a bag, which I assume I had with me.
That's fine.
While I just have a poke around outside.
All right. So you're poking around outside the mansion. Are you doing this stealthily, or are you?
I
sort of
am,
poking?
yes, I'm doing
Okay.
so. The UPS thing is if I get caught.
Fair enough.
Okay, so stealth is plus 10.
Pretty sneaky. 24. All right. So you're sneaking about in the gardens outside the house.
Just a brief suggestion real quick. Make the package with the rose in it have a clear cellophane window in it so you can see it's a black rose, so you can go, what's up with the black rose?
Yeah. What's the name of this address? Who is it?
This is one of the Medvedev apartments.
Medvedev. Okay.
R. Medvedev.
Medvedev. Okay, so I sneak around and look through windows, look through doorways and that sort of thing, and see if I can see any sort of, see what I can see.
Okay. So you're basically focusing on looking inside the house is what I'm getting at, is what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sneak through the gardens, which are very nice. You peeking in through windows and such and taking listens and such. Give me a perception check now also.
Perception. Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty good. Okay. So the Medvedev household, you can sort of peek in through the windows and you're listening. It seems to be pretty quiet right now. There are a couple of, there's basically, you can start looking through the window to the kitchen. There's somebody in there cooking at the moment. Looks like they're making, it's hard to make out exactly what they're making from the
They're making
angle.
borscht.
Maybe. It's very clear this is a very skilled chef. He's got that sort of look about him, and that sort of speed of his knife work and such. But you can't see the actual ingredients he's working with, given the angle you're looking at you're looking in.
Yeah.
You also sort of peek about a bit. You can see sort of somebody, pottering about the place, doing a little bit of dusting here and there. Let's see, what else? You do see several sort of floor arrangements in through the windows and various tables and such, all of which look like they are very, very, very well done and professional. You do not see any black roses in the place at all, from what you're seeing, looking through the windows. About what time are you doing this lurking, Gab? What time of the day?
I don't know what time. I don't know what progression was from the last investigation.
It's up to
I
you. Honestly, it's up to you. guys.
I don't know what time the others were there. When they headed this way.
I don't think we'd really specified a time at this point. So I mean, it pretty much could be. You could start from any time during any time. It could be any. It could be morning if you want it to be, or it could be
Just
afternoon.
say mid afternoon or something.
Mid-afternoon? Okay. All right, then you... So, yeah, it's pretty... So anyways, yeah, so you poke about, as I said, you don't see much of anything inside regarding black roses. It looks like there's some staff that work the place. You do note, Gav, that they do have a very large dog. And there's someone there who's very clearly a bodyguard of some sort. He's say sort of a average, sort of average to tall man, very athletic build, who's sort of moving about, sort of like he's keeping an eye on the place.
Right.
And later on, after a little while, you do note that there are some people. You do hear a car pulling up, as you're poking about into the driveway. You see a very expensive car, car of some sort. A driver gets out, opens the door, lets out a very elegantly dressed woman and two children who are very clearly returning from school. The children, sort of follow their way in, and the driver sort of walks with them, and the guy you're pretty sure his bodyguard comes out the front door and meets them. Looks around the grounds. Does not see you because you made your stealth roll pretty damn well. And escorts the woman and the two children inside.
Okay. I'm just gonna get on the radio actually out. Guys, did we do any checking before we came out? Before we actually came to these addresses?
Yes, in the phone book.
There wasn't much else checking we could do.
We could have done a postcode check on who actually lives here, other than a surname, because there's some pretty, I don't want to say official, but there's some pretty intent bodyguards here. I've almost got the impression these are important people for some other some other reason. It's the kind of stuff you see in when you in a movie when you see like a what would it be, like a dignitary or something. That they've got the muscle in the house that makes sure everything's as it should be. But this is just a woman and kids, dude.
Or a mob boss.
Yeah, that's possible as well. But if this is a known criminal sort of thing, then okay. Working out my logic, if this is a known criminal, right? Someone who's known to the police, they know his MO, they know his things. If leaving a Black Rose isn't part of this guy's MO...
Well, it is, as I mentioned last session, which I think you may have missed, Gav.
Right.
The Black Rose thing is actually sort of a thing that is done by the Russian mafia, by multiple different mafia groups. So.
Oh, okay. So this could just be a mafia bob's house.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case, yes, that will change my thing. We've definitely got something heavy here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try going in, but I want you to be ready.
We're on
If-
standby.
Yeah. Okay.
As an aside,
Okay.
Eric,
I'm gonna...
sorry, before I forget, sorry, you finished, Gav, my bad.
Huh?
Were you finished talking there?
Have I gone robo or has Peter gone robo?
I might have gone robot.
I can hear both of you.
I think it's me because I can't hear anybody. Hello?
I can hear you
I
fine,
can hear
Gav.
you.
Yeah, hang on. How's that?
I can hear you.
Still a little
Hello.
bit weird.
Hello.
It still seems a little bit weird, and I've also lost a stream. I can't see.
Maybe
Is his computer exploded?
No, it's come back now. No, I don't know. It's just like a connection brain fart or something.
Can you hear us now, though?
I can hear, yeah. I was getting just nothing but noises at one point.
Weird.
Wacky.
All right.
Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to attempt to go in and just be ready to move if necessary.
We are prepared.
All right,
Right.
Eric, you said you were flying overhead looking for the
Yeah,
the
I'm going to do a
cube.
flyby for any kind of magical whatnots.
You do not see any magic in the building whatsoever.
And nothing coming up from the doohickey.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, Gav. So you're approaching the front of the building.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can arrive there.
I will knock or ring the doorbell or whatever.
You ring the doorbell. The door is open, and you are confronted by a very large man whom you have seen before. You're pretty sure was the bodyguard.
The bodyguard, yeah.
He looks down at you, sort of, says, "Yeah."
Hi, I've got a delivery. I'm from, what was the name of the florist?
I didn't give it a good name. I didn't
Oh,
actually
okay.
know the name for it, but you can.
From the florist. I've been sent with this delivery for Mrs. Is it Medvedev?
Yes.
Mrs. Medvedev?
He looks down and says, "Ah. Okay. I can sign."
I'm afraid not. I don't know why. I mean, normally, yeah, I'd hand it over and dude, I want to go home. It's the last delivery of the day, but the guys who the order that came through is very specific. I have to get Ms. Medvedev to sign. If you want to take any security measures, that's fine. Don't go for it. But
Wait here.
it's very specific.
He closes the door.
Thanks.
About 5 minutes later, the door opens again. You see the woman who walked in, who's she's a very attractive sort of woman in probably early to mid 30s. Says, "Delivery from."
Why would you do this?
What? We've crossed 2 names off our list, and we've given the Phantom a distraction.
You are the ultimate supervillain because no one knows who you are, but still you've caused like some super shit right now.
What? I get the information. You asked me to get information. I got it. I'm working with the tools you're giving me here.
Aaron is going to make sure at the end of the day to file this in his report. But for now, we just go like, okay, let's move on to one of the
Guys,
other.
come on.
places.
I've joined this team on request. If you don't want my help, I can go solo.
All right, the next one we'll send the Green Knight in. He's a bit more subtle.
Hey, I was everything, including subtle.
We're just going to let's just go to the next location.
All right, so Gav, you're going to move on to to the Andreev household.
Oh God.
What is your plan of approach here?
I don't know.
We're going to deliver a Black Rosé and say it's from this house.
I mean, actually, as crazy as you sound, I was actually planning on going up as a bodyguard and saying, "Mr. Medvedev has requested your presence."
What did you think was going to happen?
He'd
Oh
leave the
my
house and I could
God.
have a look.
You've delivered a Black Rose. You know what the intent behind it was.
I didn't know that John Doe was also an alchemist. He can make guns from roses.
Oh my God.
I haven't made things worse for us. I've made it worse for criminals.
That has nothing to do with what's wrong with this.
What?
It's okay. You just made a lot
People are
more
going
breakfast
to
for us.
die because of you.
Yeah, criminals.
Aaron makes
But
sure
what
to
if we
file this.
get caught up in
Aaron
that
makes sure to
plus-
file this in his report at the end of the day, but for now we're just going to move on to the next house.
Look, okay. If these guys, look, calm down, okay. If these guys are as low down as we think, then they're going to, if they fear the Phantom this much, okay, they're not going to attack him. They're going to sit on their hands and hope to God he forgets
Let's
he
just
sent a rose.
find out where.
The Phantom doesn't know he sent a rose. So he's not going to do anything.
No. If they're scared. They're this far down the totem pole. Their best bet is actually an all-out, full-on assault on the Phantom. Hopefully catching him off guard.
The
Well,
problem
then
is,
it's only the militant attackers that get hurt then. No innocents.
at any rate,
Yeah, 'cause, no innocent bystanders ever get hurt in mob wars.
We'll alert the police or something. I don't know.
Let's not even, and let's also not forget the fact that this was his wife that you delivered the message to, so we could.
She
expect
was the one that
family
was
to be
in.
involved.
If he'd have been home, I'd have delivered it to him, but he wasn't. I mean, if we want to be really efficient, we could just watch their house, wait until they attack the Phantom, and find out where he is.
Assuming they know where he is.
That's the problem. On the plus side, it's very unlikely they'll strike against the Phantom and actually take this to an open gang war, because the whole point behind the Phantom's reputation is no one knows who he is.
Ah, see?
I know who he is. John Doe. That is the ultimate super spy.
That's a plot twist and a half. I am the Phantom.
What a twist!
What a twist!
Also, his weakness is water.
Probably it's fucking dice rolls.
God.
All right, so Gav,
Yes.
what is your plan for
And
the Andreevs?
Andreevs. How the hell do we get to the Andreevs?
I don't have a Black Rose to deliver as a threat to them anymore.
No. Ideas, guys?
Do we want to start another gang war?
No. One will do for today. I'll leave it as a back burner option, though.
Okay. Let me think here. Well, what do we know about the Mr. or Mrs. Andreev? Like, do they have a Facebook page?
See, as daft as it sounds, little things like that, yeah.
yeah, but
There's
like,
very little that you can find out about them from what you looked on the web.
Okay.
they're on Don't Ask Any Questions book.
I'm not
Yeah.
really in the mood to offer any suggestions to this man.
Hey, if you don't want to guide my actions, don't complain when I take some initiative.
I'll feel
Admittedly,
less
you
guilty that way.
as much as he's like damned a town to a period of gang war, he did find something out.
You're right. He did. We did manage to scratch 2 off the list, and we know that both these Nevadevs are definitively gang
They're
lords.
not the
Yeah.
They're definitely. You're fairly certain they're Russian mob, which is useful information at some point.
Yes.
Maybe not even in this storyline, but, you know, down the road.
So the Andreevs. Okay, I want to have a look around the joint first.
Sure.
See if they've got the same sort of setup, if they've got the
They've got
security.
black roses growing in their garden. You can refresh your supply.
like
That's not a bad
RPG.
idea, actually. If they have black roses, then I can steal it this one and then use it on the next address.
Okay. Sure.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Gav. So
John Doe, War Maker.
all right, Gav. Externally, this house is very similar to the last one.
Right.
You can give me a stealth check to sneak about inside if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Sort of the yard, obviously.
Okay. What's my stealth? It's +10.
All right, you're sneaking about the yard. You did not epic fail, so nothing bad happens.
Yeah. This is a perfect example of no plot survives contact with the players.
And this is definitely true. Gav, now you want to look about, so I need a perception check.
Yes, that's +10 also.
Very nice. Okay. Here's what you do notice. Poking about.
Sorry, is John Doe one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse War? Well, there are 4 of us.
At any rate, you do notice a couple of things, Gav. First off, there is a... Oh, that's funny, Clue.
Yes.
That's actually a Discworld reference.
He's the milkman.
He is.
I want to be the sixth horseman. Rubbish.
At any rate,
The fourth horseman, Lucian. Pestilence. Walked up
Pestilence
from
quit
himself
muttering
above.
something about penicillin.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh God, what have we done? What have you done? What have I been associated with while you did?
According to Mage, apparently I've been using perception for investigation.
no, this is a perception check. There's a reason I'm asking for perception check. This is
Okay.
not You're not investigating yet.
Okay.
I'm asking you to see if you notice something.
Okay.
There's a reason I'm calling for a perception check. All right. So with that 25, you do notice a couple of things around. First is basically you can sort of see inside. It looks like there are 2 cars that are home. Both look fairly expensive. There does seem to be some people milling about on the inside. You can see you peer through one of the windows. You can see a woman playing, sort of middle-aged woman playing piano, while a middle-aged man is sitting on a sofa reading a newspaper. You can see a bodyguard in the background. You also notice that out back there are there's a group of kids playing in the backyard. There are 3 kids. 2 of them are playing together in the sandbox, and the third is basically there's a kid who's probably about, you'd guess, 6, playing with another kid who's a little bit older than he is. It's a boy and it's 2 boys, and there's a what looks like about a 10-year-old girl playing with a large red ball, sort of sitting there watching them. Although she seems to be sort of watching them a little bit dispassionately, but she's, sort of, you get the impression it's the older sister sort of, give me an insight check, actually.
She's the Phantom.
I am not going to give the children black roses. Insight.
I do like it's preemptive investigation. If it starts a crime, you'll already know about it.
Okay, 19. The impression you get from the girl is that she is, she's watching over her 2 younger brothers because she's been asked to by her parents.
Right.
She's got that air of, oh God, I have to look over these 2
Babysitting.
idiots.
Okay.
One other note, that much like the last house, you also notice several flower arrangements on the inside.
Okay.
There are no black rose bushes in the yard, before you ask.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to radio back. There's muscle in the house. It's definitely a connected family. Okay, I need. Right. Okay, we already know they buy the black roses.
You did not see any through the window, but
No, but we know they do. I can't throw the Phantom's name around every address, because sooner or later I'm going to be there and he's going to be like, well, yeah, I know you're not who you say you are because that's me.
Not necessarily. It's possible, actually, that the Phantom is not at any of these houses, and in fact, they're all working for him. Or her.
Yeah.
Or it.
But what I'm going to think is how to get them to reveal that.
I don't know.
Hmm. How good am I at bluffing voices?
Pretty good. It's
Okay.
I mean, it's not really part of your morph thing. Basically,
It's
you don't
part
get
of my
you
deception.
don't get the bonus to your morph from if you're trying to imitate a voice. Particularly, I mean, it's sort of tied into the morph. It's
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm-
pretty good, I would imagine.
I'm going to try something a little bit... Oh, I'm going to run it past the team, okay? While the Medvedevs are busy, shall we say, if I call the Andreevs pretending to be Medvedev and asking if they have any... Literally asking if they've had any encounters with the Phantom. I mean, we've got to assume that the Russian community know of the Phantom. If I basically explain the situation from the Medvedev side, as far as they know, and say, have they received anything similar? What's going on? We could find out the information without even having to go inside.
What if they've already gotten that call?
It doesn't seem
probably
that.
not be reading a newspaper and playing piano.
Yeah, they're pretty calm. They've got the kids out the back.
Oh. No, that's an idea.
Major the Sands, I am not intimidating children.
I draw the line right there. Intimidate
Yeah.
everyone else.
And even if
Nailed
it,
it.
yeah, and then I guess even if they say, but we are blood rivals, we hope you'll die, then, I mean, it doesn't really hurt you at all, so.
I can bluff my way through that. Okay, if that's okay, then I'm gonna go with that. If somebody can get me the number and
You
I
can
can,
get their
block-
number. That's not a problem.
and make it a anonymous call.
All right, so the phone rings,
Yes.
and it's answered. Hello, Andreev residence.
Andreev, is that you?
You wish to speak to Mikhail?
Yes,
It
yes.
was an M, so.
Yes. Put him on, please.
Who is calling me? Who is calling?
What was?
Yeah, basically,
what-
at hearing the slightly Russian accent you're putting on, Kev, he
Yeah.
switches to Russian.
Great. Okay.
But you speak
what's-
Russian, so it's not a problem.
Yeah. What's Medvedev's first name? Do we know? Must have
Um,
overheard it.
You probably would have picked that up in the
he picked it up. I forgot what it was off the top of my head. But
So we'll call him Sergei. Something.
sure.
Okay. Just tell him it is Sergei Medvedev. I have something important I wish to discuss.
Please hold.
And I'm sorry if there are any Russian speakers in the chat. I am butchering your accent.
Yes.
Please hold, your call is important to us. Oh, Dalero!
No.
I learned all my Russian from watching Zangief.
In Rocky 4.
Yes. I must break you.
All right. The phone is eventually answered by Mikhail Andreev. This is Mikhail. Sergey.
Mikhail,
This is Sergey Medvedev, apparently.
it is.
Why are you calling?
I know we do not usually talk, Sergei. No, other way around, Mikhail.
That is definitively true.
We have never talked.
I need to ask you a question. As men, we may not like each other, but we have a respect. My family has been threatened, and I wish to know... I do not blame you, but I wish to know if you have any information, if you have heard anything. You are known for having good communications, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
What?
It's just... Okay. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but okay.
What do you wish to know?
I will put it this way. My wife received a black rose this morning.
Oh,
Yes.
I see.
It is supposedly from... I forgot how to pronounce his name.
Just say the Phantom. That's fine.
Yeah.
Ah.
My men promised me they have done nothing. I have done nothing. My brother has done nothing. And yet we received this.
So, what do you want to know from me?
It is known that no one knows who the Phantom is.
Yeah?
But there has been rumors. I have heard rumors that perhaps he is growing tired with his more mundane associates. You know how he likes his more powerful clients.
Okay.
And I fear we may be in the same boat. Have you received anything?
No?
Do you know of anything?
I cannot envision why we would receive be delivered a black rose.
I ask you for the protection of my family. I know you have a family of your own.
Huh?
To protect my children and my wife, do you know anything about the Phantom?
I know nothing. I'm sorry. I've heard nothing. I did not even know the Phantom was in Star City.
Well, apparently he is. Okay, thank you. I know we do not normally speak, but I appreciate this. Thank you.
I wish you luck.
I have a feeling we are going to need it. And hang up. Right, next number on the list.
That would be Miss Iris.
Ooh, that doesn't sound Russian.
No, not even remotely. It's
No.
more of a Greek name, actually.
Yes.
I was like, I don't know what he wants me to do. I just make party favors.
Oh look, he's obviously connected. I've seen the muscle. So he's got some connections. I just have to
Or he
start
just might be
ganging up.
very wealthy.
Yeah, I just have to start ganging up
They're
the
just having
normal
a
people.
party, you know.
Dude, if he's very wealthy and Russian in this sort of neighborhood, there's chances he's connected.
What the hell is that
I was-
supposed to mean?
I was playing the odds. I was playing the odds.
You people. What do you mean, you people?
What
He
do
buys
you
black
mean, you...
roses. We know what those mean.
Oh, God. All right, so how do you want to handle this Iris woman?
Dragon right. Have you received anything? No. Hold on a minute. Go look now.
Oh God.
Right, Idris. Okay. I think we're
Not
best off,
Idris, Iris.
Iris, sorry. We're best off doing the same again. We're not the phone call, but at least going to have a look at the house first.
Okay. All right. There is this place is very different. It's basically it's right on the border of Shadow Hill, and it's in a sort of a series of smaller buildings. It actually looks like it's built to look like a sort of an old brownstone. It might actually be an old brownstone,
Yeah.
but it's it's sort of a. It looks like it's it's sort of an older house. There's a doorbell on the front stoop. It's sort of part of a series of houses on the block. There really isn't a lot of ways to snoop on the place from the outside.
Yeah, this is pretty secure.
I mean, there's basically there's there's an alleyway you could sneak down, and you could sort of climb up the sides of the building and start peeking through windows that way, I guess. But it's not like there's a big yard to sneak around in and such. It's a 3-story building, as an aside, just as an aside.
Okay, so it's a pretty big place.
And there's a little sort of down steps beside the front steps down to the sort of what looks like the basement level.
Doc, did you say you could sense any sort of magic or power or
I was
Anything
actually
else?
just going to ask if my flyby revealed anything.
Okay, your flyby found nothing in. By the way, with the actually the Andreevs, did you find anything? Let me check my notes here. Very, very faint magical aura from somewhere on the property, but you couldn't pin it down.
Oh, hang on then.
Really?
Very faint though.
Hmm.
Could I track the aura?
You can try. Give me a perception check.
It was the little girl.
The ball is her talisman.
19.
19. Honestly, it might just be sort of background aura on the property.
Hmm.
It is somewhat near a ley line.
Okay.
As I said, it was a very, very faint aura. It wasn't very. It wasn't like an artifact or anyone who really like uses magic or anything like that.
Hmm.
It may just be some sort of residual magic from something that was on the property before. Actually, in all honesty, give me a thaumaturgy roll, Eric.
It's built on Indian burial ground.
Yeah, Eric, your sort of impression at looking at it is it's more reminiscent of the after effects of a spell that happened a while ago.
Someone used some sort of magic here a while ago.
Yes.
Hmm.
And it could have been a very powerful spell a long time ago, or a not very powerful spell somewhat recently. That's hard to tell from it being basically residual magic.
Hmm.
And you see no traces of the box here.
Okay.
All right, Eric. So you're doing an
Yes.
overfly on Miss
On
Iris'-
Eris.
Okay. Eric, there is definitively some powerful mojo coming from the place.
Oh yeah, this place is hot. There's
There is definitive mojo here. And give me a thaumatology roll. An 18.
not so good, but still.
Well, your bonus is big enough that actually that helps cover up the fact that you rolled like poop.
Yeah.
You can definitely trace it. It's hard to pick out exactly what schools of magic have been used here, but you can definitely tell that there have been some spells cast here recently of various different schools, various different sort of styles. There's some sort of classical hermetic magic that's been cast here recently.
Okay.
Definitely some rune casting done here not all that long ago, and a small amount of, infernalism.
Oh great. Okay. Well, from what I can tell, we've got some traditional hermetic, a little bit of rune casting, and infernalism. So be on your toes.
Now, Eric, to be fair, you do know people who are not evil who actually use some infernal magic, but it's very rarely. It's usually sort of scrying like a result of scrying on
On spookiness.
On spookiness. Yeah, exactly. There are times it's possible that you're not evil in using infernal magic.
Right.
So it's not but it's not a good sign. It's one of those.
It's like stumbling across necromantic magic. Suppose they could have been doing a séance, but
Well, no, there are perfectly not evil necromancers.
Yeah, Neochick, it's unlikely to be the Ghostbusters Tower.
It's a bit too small for that.
Yeah.
Well,
Firehouse.
it's not a firehouse, so.
Yeah.
It's Star City's latest superhero, Necroman.
Well, Dark Magic's your kind of bag. Not much I can do about that.
oh, so you want me to just walk up and start asking questions, and this get up?
As mad as that sounds, No, hear me out. Okay. No, please, look. We live in a time of magic and all this sort of stuff, okay? You could quite easily pass yourself off as a passing mage who's sensed the power and you're just investigating. You can investigate one side of, you can investigate something totally different while, if you know what I mean, like a false investigation.
I'm sort of looking myself up and down. At this
You know what I mean?
You could change out of the armor.
I could change
Yeah.
out of the armor. Then I won't be able to see the magic, though. Or it coming.
You could quite easily pass yourself off as a fellow student of the arts, and you just sense the power.
Well,
It's quite strong. If it's strong,
I have a doctorate in this. I am
exactly. And to be fair, if they start
I don't
getting,
call myself Dr. Arcane because it sounds cool.
I would. If they start getting aggressive with you, you know damn well you can talk their ear off. Look, we're gonna be
They
here
just
ready
don't
to
want
back
do
you up.
this to you.
We're gonna be here. I've done the last 3 names on the list.
I'll give you 2.5.
We'll be here to back you
Hope
up.
this
but I
doesn't
think
turn into a gang war starting contest.
I think this is our better in. This is our better in this address.
Okay.
Trust me.
So are you going to go in armor or out of armor, Eric?
I'm going to go out of armor.
Okay.
Because, let's just announce who I am. Oh, wait, I do that anyway.
Uh-huh. So you walk up to the front door?
Yep.
Ring the doorbell?
Yep.
All right. The door is open a bit and it's up on the chain, and you.
Oh,
can
I
hear...
do have the goggles with me.
Okay, fair enough. It basically open up and it sort of stops in the chain and says, you hear a female voice from the side with a very faint accent sort of say, can I help you?
Yes, I was just walking by and I noticed a certain reverberation coming from here. Are you or someone here at all magically inclined?
One moment. The door closes. You hear a chain thing being removed, and the door opens. And standing in front of you is a woman who's, you guess she's probably a little bit above average height, shoulder length black hair, sort of violet colored eyes actually, which seems a little bit odd. Which is the one thing that sort of doesn't blend in with the rest of her general look. She looks like she's probably from Mediterranean descent, except that her eyes are sort of violet colored. She's wearing a very a simple but very very flattering black dress and heels. She sort of crosses her arms in front of her and sort of looks at you and says, "You look familiar."
Yes, I'm Dr. Archibald Kane from.
Oh, Dr.
Hill.
Kane.
Yes.
Please come in. Come in.
I will go in.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I do dabble in magic somewhat.
Oh, that's. I wasn't aware there are any other practitioners. I mean, there are a few. I started to use the term hedge wizards in Shadow Hill, but things seem a bit more refined here. I was just curious. Where have you studied?
Mostly in Greece. She says you at which point you can pinpoint the accent.
Right. She is Greek.
Uh-huh. She gestures to a couch. She gestures to a couch to sit down.
I will happily sit down.
She sits down in one of her chairs and rings a bell. Would you like something to drink, Dr. Kane?
Yes, please. What do you have? Whatever you have would be fine.
Someone walks in. She says, "Mervyn, would you be a dear and bring a bottle of wine and 2 glasses?
Tequila Slammers for everyone.
A bottle of the red would be good." She looks back and she says, and bring a tray with something. You know what? Just bring a tray with some sort of snacks on it.
I'm so going to get poisoned, but I can't refuse hospitality because it's rude.
It's gonna be an Indiana Jones job. It'll be monkey paws and scrotums.
I don't remember that being served.
Monkey paws and scrotums?
Get it right, Gav. It wasn't monkey paws.
Monkey
It was
brains.
chilled monkey brains.
And
For
they-
dessert.
Bad dates.
And giant snakes filled with living snakes. For some reason.
So she sits back, sort of crosses her legs, and sort of looks at you, tips her head to the one side, and sort of says, Well, any particular reason you decided to? You said you just saw some sort of magic.
Oh yeah, I was just down the street taking care of something. On the way back, I happened to put my goggles on and noticed that there was something going on here.
Oh, I was just working on a divination spell.
Oh, okay. What were you investigating?
Oh, I'd heard some rumors. At which point she's sort of saying, as she's talking, the gentleman who's very clearly sort of a butler type walks in, sets down a bottle of wine, sits down sort of a little thing with a bottle of wine in it, sort of a chilled bucket,
Right.
2 glasses, and a tray with pita bread and hummus.
Mm.
And she says, "Thank you, Mervyn. That'll be all." "Of course, Mom." And he leaves. And she sort of gestures to the tray. There's basically pita bread and various vegetables, crudité.
I'll partake a bit because it would be rude not to.
Oh yes, and she pours herself some wine and sort of says, "Would you?" She'll tell me when she's pouring you wine.
About halfway, I guess.
Okay.
Enough to look like I'm enjoying it, but not enough I'm going to be stupid.
Yep. She pours about a half glass for herself also. Sits back and sips it and says, I've been hearing rumors of a Diabolist cult in the area, so I've been doing a little scrying into the sort of the more unpleasant styles of magic in the area."
Really, I hadn't heard anything about this. Were you do you have some object that you could and I start going in on like quantum entanglement and manic resonance and whatnot.
She seems to be following along pretty well, actually.
Somebody who speaks his language.
Finally, someone who speaks English.
Oh, is that what's happening?
She nods and says, "No, not exactly. She says, "No, primarily she basically mentions that she's just doing she was using a combination of a couple of a few infernal scrying spells, because that's what she's looking into, combined with some simple runic techniques for shielding herself from the unpleasant side effects of the scrying spell she was doing."
That's an interesting technique. Usually, I'll use more of a Kabbalistic seal when trying to shield myself against such things. And I'm totally going to go off track and start talking about different scrying techniques with her, because this is exactly what he loves.
She's quite happy to talk with you about scrying techniques over wine and snacks.
I'm going to go back out. Wait,
That's also part of the
wait,
foreplay.
right?
So,
That's also part of the foreplay. Talking about scrying techniques.
he's gonna come out. He's like, "What do you learn about the Phantom?" Who?
She sort of nods. She talks along. She talks along very pleasantly, and she. Let me see. Things that come out, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, her initial that was in the records for the flower shop was wrong. Her
Oh.
first name does not start with an I. It starts with an H.
Okay.
is so that she drops her H's occasionally when she's speaking. Well, at least her name is Hippolyta.
Ah.
But
Oh.
it's Hippolyta Iris, but they dropped the clerk just didn't hear the H, so it entered as an I.
Right, that makes sense.
But yes, she says, yeah, my name is Hippolyta Iris. She pauses and says, my father is Greek and has a bad sense of humor.
It's a lovely name. Yeah, eventually I'm going to realize what I'm supposed to be doing and try steering the conversation towards biomancy and use of plant life and spells.
She sort of nods along. She says, yeah, I've studied a little bit about Druidic magic, but don't know much about it, just sort of theoretical. I've never really done much with anything with plants, personally. I like plants. I like flowers especially. Particularly fond of orchids.
There's a place with a lovely collection of orchids over on blah blah blah.
Absolutely. They've got some wonderful rare specimens there.
And just the other day I was in there, and they had some black roses, actual black roses.
Yes, I actually bought some. She points
Oh.
up at a vase on the over the mantle, over her fireplace, where she's got a spray of roses in it.
Oh, cross that name off.
Yeah. And did you know that an actual like bred black rose can be used in certain protective necromantic rituals? And I'll start going off in that.
She sort of goes, oh, really? I did not know that. Interesting.
3 hours later, where's it taking him so long?
Fascinating. After about another 10 minutes or so talking about Chiz, but I get the impression you didn't come here to talk about magic theory with me.
Oh. I'm sorry. I noticed the infernalism that ticked up some.
Yes. Yeah, I can see how that might be concerning.
Yes, it's just. It can be a bit of a problem, particularly this close to Shadow Hill, what with its history and whatnot.
That's a valid point. That's part of the reason I actually did use the runic spells for as a shielding thing. Primarily because it does a better job of preventing, my experience, preventing infernal taint from leaking out into the land around it, than, as opposed to just protecting the castle the way Kabbalist stuff does.
That is a good point. Although I've found actually using an engraved circle to do the scrying within using blah 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 blah. But that's all very very expensive and tough to get.
Plus the runestones are reusable.
That's also true. Oh, I know what I can. Actually, you know what? Now you're speaking of this diabolic cult. I've been hearing the name, the insert Russian name here around with involved with certain arcane matters. You haven't heard anything about it, have you?
Oh, the Phantom. Of course I've heard of him.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
What can you tell me about this fellow?
Well, I don't know if the Phantom's male or female, but I use male just for simplicity's sake. I have heard about him through various contacts I have in various circles where trying to dig up information on various things. He's primarily from what I understand, a sort of information broker for the underworld. He'll hook up people with he'll basically he'll find a client and make sure that they get, and basically someone wants something done, they'll come to him. He'll get the appropriate people to do the job for them. But he's also used for getting information and such also and so some of my contacts from what I understand, have gone to him to get information.
Huh.
But I did not. Last I heard, he was operating in Eastern Europe, but.
Well, that would explain why his name keeps on popping up around Shadow Hill.
Yes.
I tell you what, why don't we work together in this Diablos cult thing?
Oh, well, she sort of looks sort of surprised, sort of says, oh, that's right. You've been out and about doing some sort of...
Yes, field testing the autocapacitors and ephemeral condenser. It's I haven't been able to replicate the success of it, unfortunately, but it would provide theoretically provide a boost to another practitioner, or someone like me would allow me to actually use the magic without expensive and costly rituals.
Interesting. Well, fascinating. I'd love to see an operation at some point.
Oh, I think it'd be. I'm always willing to talk theory.
Indeed. Oh, well, then, I'm busy for most of the rest of this week. Perhaps Tuesday night next week.
Excellent. I don't think I have anything going on.
Excellent.
I'll check with my people that actually keeps track of such things, but I should be able to make time if I do.
Oh, wonderful.
Why don't we exchange information and
absolutely.
we'll keep each other in
She
touch.
actually gets up and walks over to a desk in the room and picks up basic rifles through it and pulls up a card and hands it to you.
I will do the same from my coat pocket.
And she says, "Oh, wait, give me the card for a second."
Mm-hmm.
She walks back to the desk, picks a pen, writes something on the back, and hands it to you. That's my cell on the back.
Excellent. Thank you. And I'll be in touch. And Tuesday night we'll get together and figure something out.
Excellent.
At the very least, we can talk theory, and you can give me some insights on the suit.
Absolutely. I'm sure Mervyn could whip something up that'll be whip up something decent for dinner.
That would be lovely.
Excellent. Take care, Doctor. Archie, I guess.
Oh no, Archie's got his Betty and Veronica now.
Well done.
Okay, at which point you leave.
Yes. Oh shit! I was supposed to ask about that. I come up to the guys and go, "Oh shit! I was supposed to ask about the Phantom, wasn't I?" I'm kidding. She knows of him. I couldn't tell whether she was him or not. But she's also a practitioner and a rather learned one. So there's that. Also,
Eric?
there's a cult around that I need to start paying attention to.
I see.
Eric, you're fairly certain she's actually a sorceress of some note from what she's talking about. From both the way she talked and from certain terms she dropped here and there.
Right. And I wasn't able to tell whether she studied formally or whether she's more the organic type, is she?
She's clearly studied.
Okay.
Smith didn't mention anything about the Phantom being a magic practitioner.
Nope.
Well, we don't know anything about the Phantom, but...
Yeah, but if he's been around for as long as Smith says, then there's going to be rumours at least, some sort of MO.
Right.
Well, it's from what you understand about him, it's very clear he has at least access to people who know magic.
Mm.
She may, if anything else, be an associate. I'm guessing if he's an information broker, I'm guessing magic's a pretty good way of passing information.
Entirely possible.
Well, I do have a date Tuesday night, so I can find out more.
See, I told you you'd have fun.
Does that leave anyone else then?
Not on your list.
Two Medvedevs, an Andreev, and her. A gang war, a confused phone call, and a date. It's not a bad night.
Yeah, that phone call, I guess, actually revealed the
All right,
least
so
to
Peter
us.
provided me with my Catwoman.
Maybe. She might be a villainess. Maybe.
You know,
She might-
practices,
she might be-
practices infernalism on the side.
She might be,
Yeah,
she might be a villain the same way that John's a hero. Right,
Not
so
like,
where do
you
we...
know, I've got a picture. It's not like she's based somewhat on a City of Villains character I used to play.
Oh, great.
Okay, so where does this leave us then?
I'm not sure.
Slightly better off than where we were. I know she's a villain because I'm totally metagaming that she's a villain. The Doctor has no idea.
Nope. Darkbolt, she doesn't have red hair. She's got sort of dark brown hair, almost black.
Queen of the Spiders.
What?
And sort of a... She's looks very she's obviously a Mediterranean. She's Greek. I mean,
Pete, are you trying to tell us she's Elvira?
no, she's not that pale. She's not even remotely that pale.
Okay, she's Elvira with a tan.
You just want... Gav just wants to see her with boobs!
Boobs! Yeah, Blue Coaty's got a good point. In all superhero stories, the love interests are always either completely bland, normal, brainless women or supervillains.
Not always, but it happens.
Well, and the third option, Lois Lane.
no, they're often heroes within the same team end up being love interest. I mean, come on, the Invisible Woman, Reed Richards,
Yeah.
right off the bat.
The
Wasp
giant
and-
mess that is all of X-Men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wasp and Ant-Man.
Okay.
That worked out so well.
That worked out really badly in the ultimate storyline, but that's because the Ultimate Universe sucks. In my personal opinion.
Large swaths of it suck. I think that every now and then you come across a good part.
Oh yeah, that's definitively true. But
Yeah. I just remember seeing that opening. I read the very first Ultimate Avengers thing, and they end the first volume with him like spraying bug spray over her and trying to crush her.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was that was what sort of
That was uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Horrifying, let's say.
Yeah. Well, at least things don't actually improve for Wasp. She eventually gets eaten by the Blob, literally.
Does she?
Yes.
I missed that.
Yep.
Yep. In Ultimatum, where a significant number of heroes die in awful, depressing ways.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm looking at a picture of it now. Oh shit.
I don't even think that was like the only cannibalism
Oh,
thing
shit.
that happened.
It's not even like you'd expect, because obviously she can shrink down and she just gets swallowed. No, he's gone fucking zombie on her.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, because the Blob is a cannibal, apparently.
No, he's
What?
not. He's just
He's
a
just
fat guy in
fat.
a wrestling suit that can't be moved.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Oh yeah, he's totally going all ogre on her. Yummy.
And then Ant-Man eats Blob in revenge.
And then Giant Man eats his head.
Oh, Giant Man, sorry, yeah.
On the plus
Oh,
side, you
fine.
do have Thor and
Yeah.
Captain America fighting the legions of the dead in Hell.
Which is awesome.
That's the one really awesome bit of Ultimatum.
Yeah. I want to see some of the Black Lantern stuff.
Black Lantern stuff is actually pretty good, but Peter would hate it.
Yeah.
Peter would hate it so much.
Oh yeah, that bit. I forgot about that bit. Magneto snapping Professor Xavier's neck.
Oh yeah.
Because he would totally do.
Yeah, if
Charles is my best friend, who I respect with great and love, and have even given him my villainous ways in order to save on multiple occasions. You're in the way.
Well, if I remember correctly, in the Ultimate storyline, Professor X kind of does a brain wipe and reprogramming of him.
Oh yeah.
Like Professor X is an absolute dick in the Ultimates universe.
Well,
Like,
everybody is. It's the Ultimate Universe. Everybody sucks.
Current Ultimate Universe is doing well. Captain America was voted president via write-in.
Awesome. But yeah, no.
it's actually kind of awesome.
No, Magneto is sort of a walking WMD of awfulness in Ultimates.
And they hit the reset button and stuff. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah. So
All right. So what are you guys doing now?
I don't know.
It's definitely not her. I mean, she's far too interesting to be a supervillain.
Yeah, she didn't seem to you, Eric, to be, at very least, she doesn't seem like she'd be the type of villain that the Phantom is.
Right.
If she was villainous.
Yeah.
Unless she's really good at, unless she's better at lying than than you think she is.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a chance she could be a villain, but it's not. It's good chance she's not the Phantom.
Oh, she couldn't be a villain. I mean, she's helping. We're gonna look for this this Infernalist cult later.
Because, no supervillain would have reasons to track down an infernal cult.
Right. I mean, that's doing good things. So villains don't do good things. Otherwise, they're not villains.
Okay. So seriously, where does this actually leave us now? Do we have any more leads, or just heading back?
Um.
It's up to you guys.
Well, do we have any more leads? It was just
Or we could try and investigate the second Russian family further because we found out so little about them.
Could do. But how? That's the problem.
They did have some sort of faint magical aura around
They did.
around the area.
Could you tell anything else about it?
It was either a very powerful spell cast a really long time ago, or a fairly recent weaker spell. That was about all I could tell.
Or something in between, obviously.
No, there is no in between. It's entirely a binary universe.
Of course.
Black or white?
I'd choose fuchsia.
It's a very interesting shade of gray.
Actually, someone in the chat just totally gave me a good idea. She handwrote her cell number on the back of my card. The letter from the Phantom was written in by hand, wasn't it?
It was.
Ooh.
So we can see if the handwriting matches.
Might be a little difficult to tell considering it's only numerals, but...
Right.
All right. You can compare. Sure, you guys can go back to base and compare the letter to the writing on the back of the card. Given that the letter was written in Cyrillic, in Russian, so
Right. Two different alphabets also, although they're similar in some ways.
What you could give me an investigation roll, Eric.
What is my investigation?
Dark Vault picture.
Not very good.
Hey, no wonder it spent so long in there.
Fishnets.
16.
A 16. The handwriting do not appear to be the same.
Okay.
And that's looking awesome, Dark Vault, by the way.
That is looking pretty awesome. Yeah, no wonder I spent so much time in there.
She's definitely an attractive lady. She wasn't dressed like that, mind you, but...
Right.
All right, looks like Arclight is got to go to bed, which is fine.
All right.
Okay.
Catch you later, Leland.
Good night, man.
Good night.
All right. Um. Where to go now? Kind of stalled at the moment.
Well, you guys could investigate the Andreevs further if you'd like, in some way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure how I'd do it.
You could go about scanning with the...
Yeah. I could zip around scanning with the doohickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing if you could find the cube.
Yeah. Why don't I do that a bit, actually?
Okay. So I'm trying to think. What would you use for that? Give me a...
Stupid luck roll?
No. Well, you're actually use your thaumatology for this. A 22. All right.
I'm glad my thaumatology is so high.
It's a good thing.
Otherwise, we'd never get anywhere. Because I just keep on rolling 5s.
That was a 7 that time.
Not much better.
At any rate, with that 22, you are able to eventually get a ping.
Aha! Where's the cookie?
Since it is a detect spell and you are basically sort of scanning at range and such, there's definitely some semblance of information about it from the warehouse district in town.
Not far from where we hang out.
You guys are more in the dock area, but yeah,
Okay.
not super far from where you guys are.
Can I refine that a bit? Can I get an address maybe?
Well, you can find the building if you willing to fly over it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So you fly along for a while, and you actually eventually fly over a warehouse, and you know which warehouse the cube is apparently in. You also...
Find lodestone.
Maybe. Actually, you don't... I'm trying to think... I'm just checking my notes to see if anything happens. Gotta get the right... Wrong window. All right. That's pretty good. Okay. You know which warehouse it is.
All right. Hey guys, I found the cube. It's at blah 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 on blah 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 street.
Yep.
Well then.
Well now.
Sort of, huh. Did not see that coming.
Shit, go there then.
It's up to you guys.
Guess.
You could just let him stay there and do nothing.
Yeah, you know. Wait for the war amongst the Russian mafia to break out.
Yeah, whichever comes first.
Well, it seems to me that capturing Lodestone would possibly provide us with more leads as to the whole Phantom thing.
Hmm. Well, something to do at least.
All right. I will need to make a map for this. If you guys are going to go there. Because a fight might break out.
No, never. Do we have a name yet? We don't have a name yet.
No, we still haven't come up with a name.
Haphazards.
How's the website coming along?
We have a website?
Wasn't Enderbot working on a website?
Oh, right, yes.
Yes, he was.
I wonder what the domain name is.
www.fortgitsandcostumes.com.